I'm Bertha Coombs. I'm a healthcare reporter here at CNBC, and I'm really excited. I think we should have a breaking news banner. We're going to introduce something that is starting right now. It's called The Edit, a brand new collaboration between NBCU Academy and Adobe aimed at fostering digital and media literacy across all middle schools and high schools here in the United States. So let's take a look at what we can expect in the coming weeks and months for The Edit.
In 5, 4, 3.
1, 2, 3,
Recognizing and addressing the importance of our overall wellness is essential for a well-rounded life. What steps can we take to achieve a holistic approach to health and happiness in our own lives?
The importance is finding not only a community, but a space where you can explore your movement and your artistry and just be yourself.
Introducing The Edit from NBCU Academy and Adobe, who are joining forces to inspire young people to take part in a digital storytelling challenge focused on well-being in every area of your life, mental, physical, and financial.
That's why you have to really investigate why you got this bill in the first place.
And in the spaces where you spend your time, at school, at work, with friends, and on social media. We're asking you to create a short news report sharing your story and idea around an issue, person, or subject that has a big impact on the topic of well-being.
I want to work on my balance.
Yes, and I love that. All of us want to work on our balance because it's so important for our everyday functional activities.
You'll have exclusive access to NBC News Group footage and expert advice from our media professionals to help you craft your story.
Make it legendary.
Then you'll use the power of Adobe Express video editing software to bring your idea to life. Plus, you could win some amazing prizes. So what are you waiting for? Sign up using the link on the bottom of your screen. The Edit. Get involved, get invested, make your mark.
Make it legendary.
Very cool. I am all about wellness and health. Here to talk more about The Edit is Brian Johnsrud. He's Adobe's Global's Director of Education, Learning, and Advocacy. Brian, thanks so much for joining with us today. You know, we talk so much often about how harmful content can be online and things like this. We're going to focus on wellness. What's the impetus behind this program?
Yeah, you know, we at Adobe and our partners really believe that, you know, the next generation need to be powerful storytellers. They need to really understand while they're in school with their teachers and in the classroom, you know, these really critical issues and have the opportunity to tell stories, both to raise awareness on these issues and to hopefully offer solutions.
This started in the UK. What are some of the things that you've learned from seeing how students have used these tools?
Yeah, we've learned, you know, the combination of creativity and teamwork and technology and a little bit of help from industry leaders and media can produce some really powerful results. And in just, you know, something like 90 seconds, students can create things that are impressive, that look like they should be, you know, played on mainstream media because, you know, they're excited and they're ready to tell stories. With some media assets and a little help and a little instruction, they can do pretty amazing things.
You know, one of the things, I was talking with some of the students who are here earlier today, we're in an age where technology is evolving so quickly, and artificial intelligence, we have a segment talking about that, but using these tools really requires a real sense of how you're going to use them and how you're going to be true to what you're saying, what's really happening, right?
Yeah.
Is that part of what happens with The Edit, to learn about how to use these tools in a responsible way?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, at the heart of storytelling is, I think, a connection with your audience. You, the storyteller, you want to tell something that is true and authentic and trustworthy. And so choosing the right tool to make that transparent, where you got your information, how you created the media or images or video that you're using. It's not just a responsibility, but it's also an opportunity to build a relationship as a professional in the media or a content creator with your audience.
You know, one of the things that's really interesting, I always think about content creation with my colleagues, and it's kind of a team situation, but How does this work, you think, in terms of leadership and trying to set the right tone when it comes to understanding things about content and understanding about using tools responsibly?
Yeah, I think, first of all, when you're creating a story, especially in a program like The Edit, it really is about teamwork. Not just doing things together, but making sure that you're getting a diversity of perspectives and opinions, because there's 100 ways to tell a story, and 1,000 ways to choose the media or the visual metaphor that you want to use to tell that story. So I think one of the things that's really cool is this is an opportunity as a leader to say, well, here's one great idea. How might we pause and come up with 50 great ideas? And now let's discuss them and debate them. Which ones are rising to the top? Which ones are speaking to people in different ways?
How you'd carry them out.
And how you would carry them out. That you need other people's rich perspectives and help to bring an amazing story to life.
Cool. We have a question right now. We're going to go to Slam Miami, which I'm told is a school that has its own XM Sirius radio station. That's amazing. Our NBCU Academy and Telemundo Partner School. We've got student Luis Garcia standing by. Luis, what's your question?
Hello, I'm an inspiring filmmaker. How can I use the resources given to me by Adobe Express to help me fulfill my dreams of becoming a professional filmmaker? And also, in what ways can our collaboration impact my generation?
I love that question. Thank you so much. One of the cool things about Express is it really can create anything you need and all the nuts and bolts of making a film. From the images to the graphics to the animations to the sound effects. So you can sort of think of it as a multimedia creation sandbox for all the pieces that need to come together to, to make your story come to life in a 90-second video.
So how many people use this for fiction, creating a movie, and how many do you find are interested more in documentary or storytelling in terms of journalism?
I think all of the above. And I think one of the cool things is when there's something that you're passionate about, when you think, well, I want to tell the story in multiple genres and formats. I'm passionate about this issue, and so I want to make an infographic, and I also want to make a short story about it. I want to reach people through factual reporting, different genres, different medias. So I think the short answer is, starting with one genre and one medium, and then once you get excited about the topic, you get to explore different media types that are going to reach your audience in different ways.
It was interesting in the previous session, one of the students talked about how he could become and break in as a photographer. It seems to me these days people have these media and these tools to really show their talent and start working on their talent before they're even in a studio like this.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the exciting things about the era we're living in right now. Like, the incredible photos you can take just with your smartphone are remarkable. And then just a couple edits and adaptations can turn it into something that suddenly you feel very professional, where before you would have had to take a photojournalism course and have, fancy technology. So between the hardware and the software, I think you can start exploring these kinds of careers much younger and, build your confidence and, say, well, I never thought I could make something like this, but I'm 14 and it looks pretty good, so maybe I'll think about something else I want to do in the future.
Yeah, you can kind of build a resume reel while you're learning and not have to wait until you get to college and work in the studio.
Absolutely, and then not fear the dreaded blank paper or the blank canvas. I have an idea, I want to bring it to life. How do I get started? Some of these tools can give you the templates or some generative AI to take out an idea and see it come to life immediately.
Great. We have an audience question here.
Hi, how are you? My name is Danny Masdegos from Montclair State University. My question is, what are some essential skills Adobe can give young professionals before entering the industry?
While there's a whole important set of design and technical skills, I think one of the most essential things that industry leaders like Adobe are looking for in young professionals is really storytelling. Creative storytelling and creative problem solving. And so we're really looking for people to join our company and not solve the same problems the same way we solve them, but to look at them differently and show us, I really thought about it, and I think we should solve this problem this way, and then to tell us that story in a way that we haven't seen, to show us that data or the potential in new ways. We're always looking for those fresh perspectives, and when you create things creatively, you can't do that without being a creative thinker and without developing those creative communication skills.
So that creative problem solving, even just in trying to figure out how to find the right elements for a story, can really translate to other things like leadership, how to make sure that you have enough people or find a way to maybe cover the Olympics if you don't necessarily have a big budget.
Absolutely. Yeah, really spending the time to really understand the problem and then say, all right, let's think creatively. What are all the different ways we could solve it? That's something that doesn't happen often enough. And if these tools can sort of make that process explicit, we're going to see better solutions.
What's your top tip for someone trying to develop leadership skills? You're at that point where you're a leader now. What's the thing that really helped you get there?
Taking risks and being brave. Because when you're working in a group and you're not seeing things move forward or things are getting stalled, it actually takes a lot of courage to say, hey, I have an idea. Hey, I think we could move this forward. That sort of risk-taking in the early stages of leadership does require some confidence. And same thing with creativity. It can be scary to create something new or present something in a way no one has seen. And so you have to take risks because they always pay off, even if they don't, because you took the risk and you learned.
You learned from that process.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, Brian, thank you so much for joining us and for that insight. Now, you will get an opportunity later for students to really seeing the results of how all of this works, and we look forward to seeing the projects that you submit. So you can learn more about our newest collaboration with Adobe during an engaging and interactive session where you'll delve into the world of digital storytelling leadership using Adobe Express. That's just in a few minutes. Right now, I'm going to send it back to Contessa. Contessa?
Bertha, thank you very much. And I just want to say thank you again for everybody who's come out today. It's been really phenomenal. We have more from our expo room still ahead. But as we wind down in the studio, I just wanted to take the opportunity. I never have a live audience for the shows that I'm hosting. So this is really fun for me. With a show of hands, can you tell me who already has an action item, a takeaway that's like number one, not inspiration, which can be short-lived, but something that you want to do right away that you've received from joining this summit? Show of hands. That's great. Let's see if, for those who don't have a show of hands, we're going to see if we can solve that in the next sessions. But look, one of the big takeaways for me here was building that relationship and being open and perhaps even looking for criticism, that critical feedback, which can help you grow. I'm still working on that, to be honest. It's hard sometimes, but it does really help you get over the next hurdle. We have a lot of people to thank for helping put this summit together. And we want to begin with Comcast, our parent company. NBCU Academy's Next Level Summit is only possible because this program is part of Comcast Project Up. It's $1 billion commitment to achieve digital equity. And we also want to thank all of our wonderful panelists. Thank you to our partner and affiliate schools who participated live on remote in our studio and virtually in our chat as well. Great to see you all. Over the past few weeks, a lot of these schools have been involved in an exclusive March Madness Next Level Summit registration contest. And right now, it's time to reveal the winners. Can you see the game show host in me? Like, I'm going to try. The next contestant is, this is the winner. Texas Southern University came in first place, and the University of Florida, a very close second. Hello, Hub Brown down there at the University of Florida. And third, the City College of New York. Thank you to all of our academic partners who participated. Congratulations. I hope there's a great prize for being number one. And now you can get ready to choose between 3 phenomenal expo rooms. Learn how to ace your leadership interview with invaluable insights from our panel on impressing hiring managers, followed by the chance to put theory into practice through mock interviews that's guided by our experts. Leading from classroom to your first job in the newsroom. Determine your goals, identify your strengths, and discover your potential to be a leader from wherever you are. And you can discover the various production roles involved in crafting compelling news reports in our Career Expo with Adobe. Make sure you're camera ready, because once you're in the expo rooms, you can potentially come on camera, ask your questions directly to our panelists. We want to see and hear you. We're going to continue this great conversation about leadership when we launch our new video series next week called Leadership Lessons. And if you'd like to continue to engage with us and learn more about NBCU Academy, head to our website, nbcuacademy.com. You'll find our online courses taught by world-class journalists, the fundamentals of journalism and bilingual journalism, covering Latino communities. Ooh, and if all that is not enough, join us this summer at NBCU Academy's all-day learning experiences at the journalism conventions. You can apply to the Emerging Producers Fellowship Program using these QR codes on your screen. I should give this some time so that you have time to take a picture of it. And then there will be chosen, and one person will be chosen for each of those 3 conventions. Thank you all so much for tuning into our Next Level Summit. If you want to post about your takeaways, you can do so using the hashtag NBCU Academy Summit. And to get to the expo rooms, click on the Sessions tab on the left side of your screen and then choose the room you want. I'm Contessa Brewer. Have a great day, everybody.